Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have another Scaramouche situation on our hands. The game has only been out for a couple weeks and somehow already has a ton of backlash regarding its story. Chaos Zero Nightmare has an anime space horror theme and is set in a dying universe being consumed by chaos, a black fog that eats planets, mutates reality, and spawns monsters. It starts with the Blue Pot, a chaos outbreak on Earth, where weird new life forms appear, monsters, all that junk. You play as the Protoss, also called the Captain or First, an emotionless, artificial being created to resist Chaos's mental corruption. You awaken with no memories and only know that you're in charge of the SS Nightmare, humanity's last surviving Ark ship. Your mission is to lead agents on roguelike expeditions into Chaos Zones to fight monsters, collect data, and manage the crew's sanity through mental breakdown systems that track trauma and stress. Now, as your memories start to come back, you remember that Vice Captain Renoa was shielding you from a massive beast. And in that desperate moment, Renoa surrendered her life core to trigger the emergency recall, hurling you to safety while stranding herself on the Blue Pot. So, while you're back on the SS Nightmare, your memories are fully back, basically. So you decide to make a plan to go and rescue Renoa from the Blue Pot. The squad sets out on their mission and discovers the colossal monster is already dead. But nearby, they find a hidden chamber containing Renoa's unconscious body. Owen, a rookie member of the team, carries Renoa as they prepare to leave the area. And I'll just leave it there for now, because that's all you really need to know. But you would think this criticism would have something to do with the plot or the storytelling of it, but no. The insane backlash comes from some of the players feeling cucked by Owen. All of this drama stems from Chapter 4, where the squad, Renoa, Owen, Ray or Mika, and you, fight a chaos monster. Renoa sacrifices herself to save the team, but gets badly hurt. The MC is also injured, possibly even by Owen during the chaos. But Renoa then focuses on helping Owen instead of you, calling you weak for offering himself as bait. She worries about Owen's minor injury while leaving the MC behind, and Owen, being the least hurt, ends up carrying her to safety. After that, a new chaos entity appears and forces another fight, all that good stuff. Basically, players saw Renoa showing more concern for Owen, a younger recruit, than the MC, even though she had major married couple chemistry with the captain earlier. Korean localization apparently toned down her affection for the MC, which makes everything a lot worse. The Korean players went off. Some of the main complaints are that Owen steals the spotlight and he bonds with all of the female characters and acts like he's the real protagonist. And that makes the MC feel kind of useless. Silent, ignored, stutters in key scenes, and basically has no authority. And there was also some story rewrite drama where leaks said the original writer quit because the director kept forcing rewrites. Owen was supposedly meant to be the MC and Renoa's kid, not a rival, but was rewritten into an adult love interest or self-insert for some reason. And now Chaos Zero Nightmare forums all over the place are now calling for the devs to fix the NTR bugs or delete Owen or Renoa and just calling Owen the NTR god. And there has been so much backlash that the devs actually had to address it. On November 1st, 2025, the devs held an emergency Korean livestream. They acknowledged Owen as controversial and promised a full chapters 1 through 5 story revamp, and also announced some major fixes. They're going to make the MC the true main character again, with more authority and no more cameraman role vibes. They're going to tone down or rewrite Owen's role and interactions, rework Renoa to fix relationship inconsistencies, restore the darker, horror-focused tone the trailers promised, and improve the translation and localization and pacing. They also gave out 30 pulls, 5 multi-10 pulls per week for November as compensation, and denied rumors about AI writing or feminism drama. Of course, this drama is nothing new to gacha games like Girls Frontline 2, Snowbreak, Velvet React, and Nikke. They all had the same issue: male characters seen as threats to waifus. Basically, these flare-ups always follow the same pattern. Players freak out over the NTR vibes, and global audiences clown the overreaction. Devs rewrite stories to calm things down, and long-term reputation takes a hit. And one of the biggest controversies being Scaramouche, or the Wanderer, from Genshin Impact. Essentially, his short, androgynous look and snarky attitude made him widely popular with the female fans. But some male players resented this, claiming that he stole attention from male-oriented characters. And ramping up the NTR vibes, Scaramouche interacted closely with female NPCs, like quote-unquote stealing Nilou from the traveler's perspective. That's a reach. That's a wild reach. And in his 3.3 quest, Nahida calls him her cat to remember him post-erasure, which some interpreted as him cucking them from their waifu. This got so out of hand that they started doxing the Hoyoverse employees. One critic was doxed after debunking the rumors. What rumors, you ask? Basically, Scaramouche haters started saying that the Scaramouche fans were sharing animal abuse videos, which no evidence was ever found. But on top of the doxing and the fake rumors, the Scaramouche haters petitioned government reports. They called to remove him from the game, including reporting it to authorities. And they failed, because obviously. Back to Chaos Zero Nightmare. Despite all the drama, the game is still doing just fine. The revenue is around $3 million in the first month, with most of the income from US and Japan players. Ratings go from 4.5 to 4.8 stars, and that ranges globally. Korea dipped briefly, but recovered. And thanks to the roguelike deck building loop, everyone is still playing Chaos Zero Nightmare. Now for the upcoming story revamp. It is set for the first half of 2026. It will be a full script and voice actor redo. Their goals are to bring back the dark sci-fi horror tone and psychological focus, give the MC actual leadership, personality, and power, tone down non-MC relationships, especially Owen's, tighten the pacing, simplify politics, and make chaos corruption a real threat again, improve localization consistency, and integrate the trauma code events more cleanly into the main plot. We are all crossing our fingers and hoping that this rewrite goes well and doesn't ruin the game. But bottom line, Chaos Zero Nightmare has a solid gameplay core and strong launch numbers, but its early story fumbled, especially with the Owen Renoa mess and MC sidelining. The devs are owning it, doing a full rewrite, and giving out tons of freebies to calm the storm. The game's still performing very well, and if the 2026 revamp lands, it might actually come out stronger than before. And that's all I've got for you today, so if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on my next one. Once again, I am Oofie, and thank you so much for watching!